whether LeBron was always meant to be the chosen one and bring Cleveland out of its drought.
I don't know why the man above gives me the hardest role, but it's nothing the man above don't put you in situations that you can't handle. And I just kept that same positive attitude, like instead of saying why me, they're saying this is what he want me to do. And Cleveland, this is for you. Oh!
KanKan was always meant to drop really rich and argue with McDonald's workers at 2 a.m. through the drive-thru about some breakfast.
All right, look, y'all serving breakfast, right?
No, we are not. We don't start serving breakfast until 4 in the morning.
Nigga, it's fucking 2 a.m. in the morning, nigga.
Okay, it's not 4 o'clock, is it?
Bro, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Y'all got the ingredients in there. Why the fuck y'all not cooking it?
Excuse me? If you don't calm down, you can leave the drive-thru.
Shut the fuck up.
It begs the question, how much of life is fate versus how much of life is free will? Today, I'm going to be answering that question. I'm not here to tell you what to believe, and I'm not going to lie to you like you control everything, or saying that nothing you do matters. Because the truth, real life is in the middle. So while you watch, keep a scoreboard in your head. How much of this feels like a deck? How much of this feels like rolling dice? And how much is just free will? Because by the end, I want you walking out with your own answer, not mine. Let's hop right into it. When I say fate, I'm not talking about the horoscopes. I mean the deck you didn't pick. Your body, your brain, your family situation, where you grew up, what you were exposed to, what era you landed in, and what lanes even exist around you. Some people spawn in with options. Some people spawn in with problems. But then we sit online and argue like everybody started equal. Like, let's be for real, guys. LeBron is the cleanest example of a loud deck because the deck showed up early. He's a rare physical yes. What people forget is the world didn't just notice him, the world cast him. There's a difference between this kid is good and this kid is the future of a whole sport. When you get cast that early, your life stops being normal. Your deck becomes elite training opportunities, elite competition, media attention, expectations that can crush you, and a system that builds a road in front of you. It's like once the game detects a special character, it starts spawning upgrades around you. And if we're being honest, if you rerun LeBron's life 100 times, does he become exactly LeBron every time? Probably not. But does he end up elite at something physical in a lot of runs? Yeah, because his deck was that insane. Same thing with KanKan. Now KanKan deck isn't a 6'8" super athlete. His deck is more of an era plus internet lane plus proximity. Because underground music is not just talent, it's being in the right sound at the right moment. We've seen that with the movements, the plug and beat movement, transitioning to the hyper pop. But you know what I mean? Being around the right collaborators, being early enough that the wave actually carries you, and having a lane that exists. That's why the Summers plus Autumn link matters. People treat Slay World like it's a clean official roster, but it was more like a loose internet collective / orbit in motion. In the underground, being in the orbit is part of the deck. So if we reran KanKan's life 100 times, maybe not the exact same outcomes, but in a lot of run, he still ends up near music, internet, culture, the same type of sound ecosystem, the same type of collaborations that generate music. That's fate too. It just doesn't look mystical. It looks like you're born into the right generation with the right doors available. So yeah, the deck matters. LeBron's rare build plus early casting, and KanKan's rare era plus the lane that existed plus the right proximity. But if the deck was everything, every gifted person would win. And if we all know gifted people who fumbled. So now we have to talk about the part that nobody can control. Luck. Luck is the dice. Luck is one injury that happens or doesn't happen. One person you meet, one opportunity that lands, one algorithm push, one moment you get memed in a good way or bad way, one decision by somebody else that changes your whole life. Luck is disrespectful because it doesn't care how hard you worked. And here's the real twist. Luck hits harder depending on your deck. If you have a good deck, luck multiplies. If you have a bad deck, luck can bury you. People look at LeBron and think his career is pure destiny, but destiny stories are full of dice rolls. Think about how thin the margin is. One injury in the wrong year, one teammate situation, one bounce in game 7, one suspicion, one hot shooting night, one cold shooting night. Even that 2016 Brendan the Stars moments, it still had dice rolls inside of it. Imagine if Kyrie didn't hit that shot. Imagine if LeBron didn't get that chase down. Not taking away greatness, it's saying greatness plus luck often travel together. And LeBron also has negative luck moments too. Years where his team is hurt, chemistry is off, the situation collapses. We've seen that in the 2018 finals. His team just was not good enough to beat that Warriors team. That's why this matters. If you only tell the story like it was guaranteed, you're lying to yourself. Because part of why that Cleveland inning hits is because it wasn't guaranteed. That's why it feels like destiny. The dice finally landed the perfect way at the perfect time. Destiny always looks clean after the last episode drops. Everyone knows this. KanKan is even easier to see because the internet careers are basically luck on steroids. You can drop a snippet and it catches on, or drop the same snippet and it dies. You can go viral for music. You can go viral for something dumb. You can get a cosign, or you can label forever off one moment. Meeting summers and autumn, that's deck and dice. Because you still need the proximity, but the actual link up moment is luck too. One introduction, one session, one DM answered, one night. That's dice. And then there's the ugly side of dice. Public controversy can become a dice roll that changes your whole timeline overnight. I mean, you could see you could say the domestic violence situation with KanKan, but that didn't derail his career. But that was just unlucky. He was in an unlucky situation. So, you know what I mean? You can look at that and be like, okay, but if that situation would have went off one step, then where would KanKan be at today? You know what I mean? So luck is real. The dice is real. But here's what people get wrong. They either blame luck for everything or ignore luck completely. The real move is understanding you can't control what number lands, but you can control how often you put yourself in a position to roll. And that brings us to the play. Free will isn't just, I can do anything. Free will is what you repeat, what you tolerate, what you avoid, what you say yes to, who you keep close, how you respond to pressure, how you respond to embarrassment, how you respond when everything gets boring. Most people don't lose from one big moment. They lose from a loop. Same day, different outfit. So free will is breaking loops and building new ones. LeBron's play or free will is not being taught. It was his discipline, his recovery, his evolution, his mental stability, his decision making, because being chosen can destroy you. If the whole world calls you the next great thing and you fold or crash out or start believing your own hype, you get lazy, you let your ego ruin you, or you get addicted to the comfort of being praised. That all those things can ruin that or ruin potential pathways. Well, LeBron didn't do that. He kept building the game inside the game, learning, adapting, staying available, staying sharp. That's free will. He also made a big career choices people argue about forever, leaving, returning, and changing situations. That's free will too. Even the Cleveland ending, the reason it hits because he didn't just arrive there. He chose routes that eventually made that ending possible. Some people get a good year and start acting allergic to improvement. That's why most chosen people never become legends. KanKan's play is super modern. His deck gave him the era, his dice gave him the moments, but the play is consistent output, crafted in sound, building identity, turning motion into something that fans can recognize, and choosing how to move when the internet tries to define you. Linking with summers and autumn is one thing, but turning that orbit into your motion is another. Can't forget Yeet. That's why Really Rich matters. It's a decision packaging identity into a brand. Now the harder free will part. When controversy exists around you, the internet tries to freeze you in your worst headline. Free will becomes, do you self-destruct and feed the chaos? Or do you tighten up, move smarter, and let time pass? Because time is one thing the internet cannot argue with. The timeline is loud, but it gets boring fast. If you survive, you win basically. And this just isn't celebrity talk. Normal life is the same model. The deck, what you were born into. The dice, the random events in your life. And your free will, what you choose to do. A teacher becomes legendary because of reps. A doctor becomes great because of discipline. Some people are naturally gifted. Some people get a lucky break. But nobody becomes great without playing the game. So here's what I'm actually arguing. Life is not fate nor free will. It's a combination of the deck you get, the dice you roll, and the plays you make. LeBron looks like destiny because the deck was crazy and the ending was cinematic. KanKan looks like chaos because the internet amplifies every dice roll. But both stories prove the same thing. You can get blessed and still fumble it. You can start normal and still build motion. You can get unlucky and still respond with discipline. And you can get lucky and still ruin it with one stupid loop. So I'll leave the real question with you. What part of your life is a deck? What part of your life is the dice? And what part of life is your free will? Because once you name it, you can stop coping and start moving. And if you don't know your destiny yet, fuck it, make one, bro. My name is Bino. Hope y'all enjoyed this video on destiny and fate. Shit. See you on the next one.
I'ma get right back to you. I'ma get right back to it. I'm get floated in time about. I can just see my influence. Yeah, outside we can just rock it out. You don't even know what you're doing. I don't even know this whole name.